Hi, I'm Butch Wise, and I have the honor of being your current AQHA president. Normally, I would have had the opportunity to address AQHA members as incoming president at this year's convention in Las Vegas, but as with many events, COVID-19 caused the cancellation of this convention to protect the safety and health of our members and staff. Therefore, I'm using this video to reach out to you, our members. Because your time is valuable, I'll attempt to be as concise as possible today, yet we have a lot of ground to cover, so let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, these are very exciting times for AQHA, and we're all going to be a part of coming significant advances for our association. I'm going to touch on several of these in a moment, but I first must thank immediate past President Stan Weaver for his year of outstanding service and leadership at the helm of AQHA. Stan, my friend, you made a huge difference for AQHA, and we are grateful for your leadership and common sense during that very trying year. I would also be remiss if I did not extend a huge thank you to his wife, Nancy. As a team, they were always tremendous AQHA ambassadors throughout the world. Thank you, Stan and Nancy. Speaking of Nancy's, I would like to acknowledge the better half of Team Wise, and that is my wife, Nancy. Absolutely the best partner a guy could have in life, and as I've told her many times, if I had to pick all over again, I would still pick you. Returning to a moment to Stan and his presidency, I have to ask, how many of you would have liked to have it been your year to be AQHA president when the decision was made to roll out our new computer system, new phone system, and new website? No? I thought so. This initiative was rolled out just when Stan was taking office in March 2019, and there was not one blessed thing he could do about it because the decision to move forward needed to be made for the future of our association. And as you know, Stan is a big, broad-shouldered guy, and many times during his presidency, his shoulders had to be nearly 8 feet wide to tote that load. But he proudly stayed the course, took all the heavy flack that was sent his way, because he was acutely aware, as were all the other executive committee members, that if AQHA was to be able to properly serve our members going forward in this digital and mobile platform age, there was no viable alternative but to launch in 2019. Stan knew there's never a good time to initiate a project like this, but to delay was just to court eventual disaster because the previous system was becoming rapidly unsupportable, and it could never take us to where we, as a global breed organization, had to go in this era of iPhones and internet-dominated commerce. During the toughest days of this much-required computer upgrade, Stan was always the buck stops here guy, and he never wavered. I'm proud to say that he is my friend, and he is a sterling example of AQHA leadership. Next time you see Stan, walk up to him and shake his hand and tell him thank you for a job well done and for being a true leader. On the topic of leaderships, today I have the reins for a little while as AQHA president, but know that the leadership of AQHA is also squarely placed with 4 well-qualified individuals: Norm Luba, Dr. Scott Myers, Ken Banks, and the newest member, Jim Hunt. Each of these outstanding executive committee members will have your back for their respective 5-year commitments. Know this and feel very comfortable and secure. Leadership, it also extends to the AQHA past presidents. They continue to provide their knowledge and experience to all members, as well as this current executive committee. You need to know their commitment did not expire when they left office, and we all need to thank them for their continuing service to AQHA. Leadership is also personified by numerous AQHA staff such as Craig Huffines, Aaron Bovos, Chad Pierce, and Robin Brooks. Over the last year, they have proven repeatedly they are fully committed to always making sure AQHA is the best it can be, regardless of the hours out of their lives that were required, and believe me, there were plenty of those hours. Our AQHA staff, what can I say? that will properly paint you a picture of how tremendous a staff we have. From AQHA senior leadership team to individual department heads, on throughout the whole building, I cannot begin to tell you how proud you should be of your AQHA staff. These people endured tremendous stress during 2019 while implementing your new AQHA computer system, phone system, and website. Their commitment cannot be overstated. These people are the backbone and true strength of AQHA. For instance, how would you, as a member, like to have traded places with an AQHA employee in the member experience team last June or July, when it was one of those days that the phones were swamped, the computers were not pulling data quickly, computer fixes were flying, and you were expected to be cheerful while patiently explaining to a less than pleasant member that only wanted information on his or her transferred papers that had yet to arrive? No, I thought you wouldn't want to trade. Staff needed hazardous duty pay some days, but they never wavered in their dedication to AQHA, and they won a lot of people over just by being nice, under seemingly continual fire while solving our members' issues. When the computer system had issues, they worked with these customers manually to solve their problems, while at the same time implementing testing of new computer fixes, turning newfound issues in, and working extremely long hours for months on end, all to support you, our members. Their dedication is the stuff of which many other companies would kill for just an ounce of it in their own organizations. They're that good. I would ask you that when you call AQHA next, take time to tell that staff person to which you get connected how much you appreciate their dedication over this past year. So, I know you're all extremely curious to know, in terms of our computer upgrade, where are we really today? Some of you who had trouble getting horses registered or transfers last year might question if an upgrade was the proper description at the time. However, with all the difficulties we went through, I can assure you that pain was absolutely necessary. Bottom line, I will tell you that the computer status currently is extremely stable. Overall performance has been greatly enhanced, but what you really want to hear is the storm is past. As tough as it was, many would question today if it was all worth it. It was. In fact, if we had not gone forward last year implementing the new systems, when this coronavirus pandemic began earlier this year and we were forced to empty our building of employees, your association would not have been slowed down, it would have shut down completely. No registrations, no transfers, no anything. If we were operating under that old system, and thank God we weren't, we would have been shut down. But for the past several months during COVID-19, using the new computer and phone systems, we were able to have in excess of 200 AQHA employees working remotely to accomplish the daily business of AQHA. It is an absolute certainty that the old computer system was never robust enough or stable enough to support a workforce of this size remotely. And most members never knew they were speaking to a person that was in their home at their kitchen table taking care of their business on a registration. As the virus subsides, we are able to cautiously phase employees back into our building on Quarter Horse Drive in Amarillo. I'm happy to report that we have 50% occupancy in the building. What is the vision and the goal for this, your new computer system? It is imperative that AQHA provide a mobile business platform for all our members, one on which all can do business with us in the way you do it daily at your home, in your companies, in your office, on the internet, via your desktop, via your tablet, your iPad, your iPhone, your Android, whatever. That is not to say that all AQHA transactions will have to be confined to the internet, but in the future, for a vast majority of our members, this platform will provide tremendous flexibility and instant access to vast amounts of data needed about the business of their horses. Instant access at any time is our goal. No holes, no gaps. After all, at the end of the day, AQHA is a data company, and we need not only to be able to collect data, all related to horses, but also to provide it to you when you want it in useful ways and formats that will assist all our members to better breed and sell their horses. So you're thinking, awfully big talk, when 6 months ago I couldn't get my yearling registered, or my horse I bought transferred so I could race or show it. Realize now that many of the desired digital improvements have started to materialize. Things like the implementation of DocuSign. Some of you have already made use of this extremely useful tool, but for those that have not yet been exposed, let me give you an example. Say that you are missing a piece of information at Amarillo on a transfer you submitted. Perhaps you left off the date of sale, and this would normally hold up your transfer until the information was provided to AQHA. AQHA would have to write you a letter and obtain the missing information, and you would have to send it back to Amarillo for processing. Very, very time consuming and certainly not very efficient. Using DocuSign, we can now contact you via email and solve the problem digitally by having you respond to a DocuSign email we send you. You open it, you sign it, and send it back. Problem solved. No need for a letter or postage. Plus, it's almost instantaneous. Now that's progress. This illustrates the executive committee's and staff's overall mission to move towards a different way of conducting AQHA business. Basically, one that saves AQHA money, but more importantly, it saves your time. Another efficiency, of which some are currently aware, since last year, we've been sending out DNA kits automatically via emails to those who provided emails on their registration applications. It's immediate and so efficient, cutting days, maybe weeks off every transaction. Truly, the ultimate goal for our membership is to provide an easy, intuitive way for you to register your horses online at AQHA on our website, in your membership portal. We're not quite there yet, but know that it's in the works and it is of the highest priority. We also want you to know that in the future is a member dashboard that will allow you to see all of your activity with AQHA on our website, from horses owned, points earned, earnings, current work pending, why it's pending, and provide you a way to solve problems that might come up related to any transactions that were held up, all with the click, a mere click, or perhaps just completing a simple online payment, all done via the website. Suffice to say, we are committed to providing AQHA members the best and most efficient computer interaction possible in this digitally dominated age. Not an easy task, but we will succeed because our members must have it. As your new president, I think I'm expected to share my particular mission during my year's tenure. I suppose I could do that and just stand up here and spout some grand plans that may or may not happen. But instead, I'll just assure you of a few things that I can say will occur in this year of my presidency. I am here to assure you that with the help of this executive committee and our staff, we're committed to continue to stay on a financially sustainable path that assures AQHA's future, and we will always be good stewards of our members' money every day of the coming year. I will confirm to you that if you cannot teach or train a horse to accomplish a task without resorting to the needle or the knife, we're going to do everything in our power to detect you and punish you severely. Performance enhancement of any kind will not be tolerated. Our horses deserve better than cheaters. Our members deserve to compete against accomplished horsemanship and not performance enhancement of any kind in the show ring or on the racetrack. Our members need to be able to breed with confidence and not worry if the accomplishments were truly achieved by the horse or by other illegal means. Know this: if you get caught and come before this executive committee, you will be dealt with in a manner befitting your crime. Also be assured that animal welfare and the respect of our horse will continue to hold a position of highest priority at AQHA. We will continue to expand public awareness that abuse of American quarter horses will not be tolerated. Speaking of priorities, our youth is a priority that none can afford to ignore. It is very easy to give the standard lip service and say, youth, they're our future. But this executive committee promises continued support of these kids who truly are our future. By the way, don't be afraid to help our kids by sponsoring a class or a scholarship. Call Tamara Kyle for class sponsorships and Andrew Morrison for scholarships. They will help you. As AQHA's footprint across the globe expands, due entirely to the popularity of our horse, I'm here to assure our international community that AQHA's express goal is to devise ways to make it easier for you to conduct your business with your AQHA and to do it in your home country and do it electronically to the best extent possible. If we truly want to see an American quarter horse competing in every country throughout the world, then we have to be able to properly service our members, all members, remotely. And I say to you, we value all our members, not just those that are US based, and this we intend to prove to you. To that end, some of the things that are serving international members right now that are brand new developments are emailed copies of digital registration certificates. And they're a great start on a path to better serve all members worldwide. We are so excited about this newest innovation for our international members and affiliates, as well as our domestic members. I promise you that your executive committee will focus on providing you a better AQHA website in the coming future, one that is more intuitive for every level of a horse enthusiast and will improve all things AQHA. I also promise you that we're going to continue to conduct the business of AQHA through our established system of AQHA committees and not be directed or influenced by social media of any kind. If you have something to say or want to voice an idea or a concern, submit rule changes by the rule change deadline each year, show up at the committee governing your interest at the AQHA convention, and speak up. We're here to listen to you. The committee process has worked for AQHA for 80 years. Try it. Be assured that we intend to pursue a rigorous initiative to bring new innovation to the barrel horse and roping world and compile their records for our AQHA members who participate in these speed events. Know that we will continue to protect the original intent and purpose of our extremely successful ranch horse versatility segment by focusing on the roots of this segment and not stray from its origins, that being ranching. We will continue to educate our judges and know that they are always AQHA's representatives at our shows. Judges hold the key to animal welfare, conformation standards, fair evaluations of our horses' performances, and make sure our horse is the kind of individual our membership wants representing our breed. We will continue to promote and enhance our AQHA Racing Challenge in the U.S., Canada, Mexico, and Brazil. When additional opportunities are presented to AQHA in South America, we intend to expand this program's very important footprint there also. I make you a promise that the American Quarter Horse Journal will rise to the level of prominence it deserves to have in the horse community. Watch out. Jim Jennings is back as editor emeritus to guide and direct the association's publications, and the sky is the limit. The second issue under Jim's leadership is in homes now, and it is nothing short of amazing. New format, new path, tremendous editorial magnificent photographs. The reviews on the initial issue were off the scale, and the second one will be the same. If you're an advertiser, remember this. This magazine goes to every one of more than 220,000 AQHA members. And from an advertiser standpoint, it is the best value in the horse industry today for cost per page per subscriber. Do the math. Support your American Quarter Horse Journal with your advertising dollars. It goes back into your pocket as an AQHA member. And it's really a good read. You also have my assurance that we will continue to support and drive the success of the newest and most significant information asset for AQHA breeders in years, that being Q Stallions. This stuff is pure gold, and you ain't seen nothing yet. The information Q Stallions provides currently on nearly 200 individual stallions will make better breeders out of all of us, because Q Stallion information is data driven and we're not making emotional breeding decisions, not guesses. And it's all free. You have my assurance and the EC's assurance that we will continue to improve our AQHA World Championship show and make it one that we can all point to and attend with pride. Significant changes are in the works. We also plan to continue to enhance all of the AQHA Championship shows that take place throughout the year. See you in Oklahoma City in November. In the coming year, there's a lot to be done while preserving the traditions that make us who we are as an organization and a breed. Lastly, as AQHA members, your love of the horse and the love of the lifestyle can only be protected by your involvement. This involvement at a local, state, and national level is imperative. We need your experience, your knowledge, and your passion to keep AQHA great. Get involved. Thanks to each of you for all you do. Thank you for your time and for allowing me to represent you as your AQHA president this year.